Hey, it's Keza, also known as Skylar Loves Going to Movies. I'm back with day 14 of 31 Days of Favourite Movies Challenge. I'm only a day behind now, but when I've finished, I'll be all caught up. Before I start on this one, may I just say it's going to be heavily spoilt. So if you haven't seen the film, don't watch this review. I'm just warning you now because it is heavily... It's just heavily... How can I say the word? Let me think of the word quickly. There's a lot of stuff that happens in it, and it was the only way I could reiterate from paper to you guys. So, but anyway, today's movie is from 1979. It's called The Warriors, starring Michael Beck, James Remar, Deborah Van Valkenburg, Marcelino Sanchez, David Harris, Tom McKittrick, Brian Tyler, Dorsey Wright, David Patrick Kelly, Edward Sewer, Terry Mikos, Roger Hill, Lynn Fishburne, and directed by Walter Mill. The movie starts out with what looks like some sort of poster with the Battle of Gunacta. Now, when I carry on, I'm saying this is actually from the first bit of the film, so if you don't understand it, I have to say this in order to put about the film, so let's carry on. Yeah, with the Battle of Gunacta, 401 BC, and it says over 2 millennium years ago, an army of Greek soldiers found themselves isolated in the middle of the Persian Empire, 1,000 miles from safety, 1,000 miles from the sea, 1,000 miles with enemies on all sides. There was a story of a desperate forced march. Theirs was a story of courage. This too was a story of courage sometime in the future. And then, this is the actual start of the film. Then you see it's night time, and a Ferris wheel spinning called a wonder wheel. Then a train comes past and comes to a platform. Then a man is looking around, says it's still on, and we're going, and it's all been sorted from this afternoon, and gives his word that the warriors uphold the truth. So they all get on the train, and the train sets off, and the warriors start to jump about as the train is heading out of the station. A group of guys are walking to the platform, then a group of mimes come onto the platform, then another group of men start to walk to the platform as well. Basically, all the different gangs are going to come on trains, and they're all meeting in one place. So, I'll carry on. Meanwhile, on the train, it takes a shot of all the train stations that they're going to. Then the warriors are throwing around a hat as like a little game. And then the guy gets his hat back. Then more guys come and go on the subway. More gangs get on their respected trains. And again, as it zooms in and out of all the stations that are heading towards Manhattan. Then one of the warriors is using the handrails to punch with. Then they all talk among themselves and ask about Cyrus. And once again zooms at all the stops. Then there are a group of people standing around watching everyone. It looks like every gang in New York is here, and the guy starts to talk and says the future is ours. And can you count suckers? And he says, count, and someone shouts, Cyrus, we're with you. And he says that miracles are the way it should be. And then talks a lot more and says, can you dig it? And then says that one gang should run these streets, and talks some more. Then looks around and talks a lot more and keep up the truths, like truths, basically. And it's all our turf, and everyone starts to cheer. Then the police cars are at the gate and Cyrus continues to look around. Then Cyrus gets shot at and everyone starts to run as the police arrive, and everyone must stay in the crowd, and Cyrus' body is on the ground. And then a guy shouts, "The Warriors." Then the guy shouts, "It was the Warriors done it." Then an all-out fight commences between the two gangs, while other gangs are running away from each other and the police. The Warriors run through the park and a cemetery and hide away as the police search through the cemetery. And when the coast is clear, they all come out and talk to each other and have said, "Is the truce is still on?" And all go to the Union Station, so they go there and change over. And two of them want to be warlords, and the rest say they need to stick together. And they head for the train and mark their spot. Meanwhile, three men in black robes start to talk to their members and asks, "Are the Warriors?" And no one answers. And he wants them all alive, if not wasted, and to send the word. Then at a radio station, a message is being sent to the Warriors and a song as well. Then all of the gangs are looking for the Warriors, but no one can find them so far. Then the Warriors run in the rain and are at the station, but feels that someone is following them and starts to hide. Then say, "We need to make that train," and start to run. Then the bus chases the Warriors down and they go up the steps and get to the station and make the train just in time and are all relieved that they have made the train. Then another leader gets told that they have blown it. Then the train stops and the Warriors have to get off the train. Meanwhile, another gang members are in the shop and one of them is on the phone and tells whoever was on the phone that he'd done, then talks to the other gang members and walks off. Then the Warriors are looking around and spot another gang on the rooftops and by the house. Then two of the Warrior gangs talks to another guy to try and sort things out, and they say, "You can come here as long as you come in peace." Then a lady asks for something and gets denied, and the orphans say, "Take off your colours and go in peace." And the Warriors say no, and they just go anyway and starts to walk to the next station. And as they walk, the girl follows them and stops, then carries on walking and stops again. And the Warriors stop her. Then the orphans want to fight them. Then the Warriors blow up a car and run off and get another train and ask if they're running. They said no, we're off to Union Station, and the orphans got wasted as they just been told by another gang. If you want them and go after the Warriors. The Warriors get to the 96th Street and wait. Then cops are at the station and run after the Warriors. Most of them make it outside. 3 of them get the train, but waiting outside are another gang and start to run. And then they run separately and then start to fight and get one of their bats and then fight some more and all fight together, and the Warriors end up beating the other gang, take their bats and walk off. The train gets to Union Square and 3 of them get off and see a group of ladies and walk over to them, and the rest of them are still in the park and walk past a lonely female, but one of them wants to stay, so the rest walk on and the lonely one keeps the lady company. Then one of them goes on ahead and the rest stay behind. Then a lady blows her whistle constantly. 2 seconds. It blows a whistle constantly and a cop car comes and attacks one of the Warriors and he's being arrested. Then at another station, another Warrior gang member is at the station and is confronted by the lady who is with the orphans and goes and gets the train together and walks to the platform and move. Police patrol the area, and then they run off as the train goes by. The 3 warrior gang members go to the pizza, it's like a pizza place. It says pizza outside, but it's not. And sit down and relax. One of them mates out with one of the ladies. Meanwhile, the leader of the warriors is still walking and hears a train coming, so they continue to walk faster and talk away. Then they stop and start to kiss each other, and then walk over to a secluded area, kiss some more, then stop, and he says, "Let's get to the next station," and starts to walk off. Meanwhile, at the so-called pizza place, 2 of the warriors are making out with 2 girls, and another one is just standing there. Then they run off as the ladies have weapons and start to use them against the warriors, and the warriors have run off to a secluded area and talk about what happened. Meanwhile, the leader got to the station and looks around and goes to the platform, and another gang member follows him. Now there are 5 of them at the station and go looking for the leader. Meanwhile, the girl goes to Swan, he's the leader of the warriors, and tells him that he's after them, and the other 5 come by just in time and walk by and then go to the men's room, and the other gang follow them in and look around and go by the toilets one by one, and then they all come out fighting. Then the warriors end up winning, walk free from the toilets. Meanwhile, another guy gets to that Meanwhile, another guy goes to this other gang member and tells them who really shot Cyrus, because he saw who shot him. Then the warriors get on the train and sit down. Then 2 couples get on the train next to the warriors, stares at them, and then the 2 couples get off the train. Then it becomes daylight and the train stops and they all get off. Swan gives something to the girl, and then they talk some more and walk off together. Then a car follows them, and it's the gang that killed Cyrus, and then the warriors ran to the underpassage and get some weapons and wait for the rival gang to get out of the car, and they make some noise and sing "Warriors come out to play" over and over again, and then walk to another part so they can have a fight on the sands. So they get there and the rival gang follows them and asks him why did he waste Cyrus, and the other gang says because I like it, and then try to shoot Swan and stabs him in the arm. And then another gang comes over and says that the warriors are good, let them go. And the warriors walk away and they basically attack the rival gang. Then the DJ plays a song and the warriors are on the beach running in the sand and looking at the sunrise. That's the end of the film. Sorry, I've just blew my nose. Right. My thoughts on this bad boy. This has to be one of my favourite, we'd say non-horror films ever. Even though it's set in 79, it still tests the time, basically. It was amazing. It's still a film that you can watch today. I loved everything about it. I love rival gang films anyway. I love any sort of gang films. That's my second, I'd say my second favourite to horror is anything about gangs. And then thirdly would be anything to do with sport. So my thoughts on this, what a unbelievable film. From start to finish, it's one of them films that kept your heart racing, you wanting more, and it was giving you more all the time. It was, if you wanted this, it was giving you that. Say you wanted something that's worth 5 pence, then the Warriors would give you something that's worth £1 or $1. Do you get what I mean? If you don't get what I mean, it's like basically you're getting more than your money's worth basically when you watch this. Favourite character from this is, I like Swan. But I like the guy at the beginning who called this meeting and said that Cyrus told him, right, we'll all call a truce. I like this character as well. Just the whole concept of it, with it based in like different parts of New York, it was just amazing. And I liked how it was all, it was done, most of it was done on the train. You were going on the train, getting off at different stations, and it was a nice different side to it. So, rating 10 out of 10. No qualms about it. You have to give this movie 10 out of 10. It's one of the bestest films I've ever seen in my life. So, of course, stay gory, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you all soon. Ta-ta for now. Bye.